welcome to today's session. Today we are discussing Ikigai Part 3. And being a Soul Food Sunday, we'll definitely, as usual, look at some of the verses. But today we are not going to deal so much on the verses because I understand I got feedback. There are people who don't read the Bible, they read the Quran, they read other sources of inspirational, or their spirituality is a little bit different, but not it's quite similar to definitely what the Bible has to offer. But yes, so we'll just share just a few words from the Bible, and from there we just go into Ikigai, the book that we are sharing tonight. And as usual, this is a Soul Food Sunday, and therefore that is why we do share the Bible verses. And I always ask those people who are not Christians to just check for what is similar in their Quran or what they read to those verses. So if you're watching this particular session, this is Ikigai Part 3, you'll need also to watch Part 2 and Part 1. It's also on the YouTube channel. So these are lessons from the Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. And before I go ahead, let me introduce myself. I'm Lucy Munga, I'm a coach, and I also support professionals in building their own businesses, in building courses, building an online presence. All right. If you check amaracampus.com, you will see we have a school online called Amara Campus. And if you check lucymunga.com, you'll definitely find a lot more about my coaching business and how we can, work together. The other thing I also do is in writing. Recently, we started writing, but mainly helping the needy persons who are actually definitely the children who are from needy background. When they write the story into a book and they sell the book, they're able to get an income and support their families and also be able to pay their school fees. So welcome once again, and let's get into it. Today's verse is, be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but a wise, making the most every opportunity because the days are evil. Ephesians 5:15 and 16. Throw all your anxiety onto him because he cares about you. That is 1 Peter 5:7. And the third verse is, as water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. So remember, Ikigai is about your purpose, and what you send out there is definitely who you are, right? So there's nothing like that you are someone different from what you're actually reflecting on people. But as usual, I usually have one word for the day, which is, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. And if you're going through a difficult time or times are not too good for you, it's a season. Even a tree sheds all its leaves at some point. It even looks like it's dead, but it's because it's that season that it cannot maintain the leaves. But when the seasons change, it's able to grow the leaves, it's able to blossom and bloom, and even the flowers come back. So even as human beings, we have our times, good times, bad time. All Ikigai is saying is that enjoy every minute of your life, all right? So today I will quickly share the 10 daily habits that you need to inculcate in yourself so that you're able to better your life. Remember, we are learning from the Japanese whose majority of the centenarians are over 100 years old, and they live longest compared to the rest of the people in the world. There are some secrets they have. And that actually boils down to what is it they do on a daily basis. The first one is stay active, focus on things of value, and do that daily. Measure progress, stay busy without even being overwhelmed, and focus on shaping the world around you. What this means is that if you're focusing on things of value and do them daily, what that means is that you cannot afford to just sit around and be lazy and just do nothing, right? You also cannot afford to just be gossiping or wasting your time with people who are not helping you focus on those valuable items on a daily basis. And therefore, what the first bullet point is telling us is that you should have actually a daily schedule. It could be, you can have one item in the morning, mid-morning, afternoon, and at night. If you can have just 4 rows, and you itemize what is this you're going to do, definitely you have some breaks in between. Then at the end of the day, you'll be able to measure progress. are you actually moving? At the end of the week, what is it that you've achieved per week? And have you been busy? What percentage of your time are you busy? Busy doing something of value, all right? But what we're saying is that do not get overwhelmed. Rome was not built in a day. So just work and stay busy, but walk slowly. Do not be in a rush, okay? And then focus on shaping the world around you, your family, yourself, your relatives, your, neighbors, and everybody else. Number 2 is take it slow. There's no hurry. There's no hurry to anywhere. Do one thing at a time. Yeah. Recently I was speaking to some campus students, and they were kind of in a hurry, I don't know, to become rich. They're trying to do some side hustles, yet they're supposed to be concentrating on on the schooling. Yes, there's nothing bad in starting a side hustle, but take one day at a time. If you have a free time during the holidays, definitely you can get an attachment somewhere and do some work, which is good. But don't, get involved too much on working, you forget your studies. So as parents, definitely we have to advise our children that they can actually take one step at a time and still achieve their dreams. Do everything with a sense of calm and focus on quality of life. Speed reduces quality of life. You live longer if you're not in a hurry. Definitely, this is what Japanese do. Just take one day at a time, relax sometimes, have a laughter with with your people, with your family. And a day is only 24 hours. You can only do so much anyway. So when we leave urgency behind, life and time take a new meaning. Yes, because if you're not in any urgency, what that means is that you're able to sit back and reflect on what you're doing and even give it value and even think through things. Because sometimes people are so busy doing activities daily, but at the end of the day, at the end of the month, when you ask them, what have you done for the last 30 days? They cannot even tell you because they're too busy doing too many things that sometimes are even meaningless because they're not even adding much value to their life. All right. So just establish a morning routine. That is a good thing. And also sleep enough and walk at least 30 minutes a day. All right. So ensure that you are having enough sleep. In the morning, you have started your day very well. Read a book, read a Bible, read Quran, read whatever you have to do. Listen to nice music, meditate, and whatever you need to do to set your day on a good footing so that definitely, even if challenges were to come during the day, you'll be able to handle them with more calm, a more calm-minded person and more focused person will be able to handle the daily challenges more easily. And walk, do some exercises, which is very, very key. Number 3 is eat less. We agreed last week that do not overflow your plates with food. Just put enough, and in fact, a little bit less, 80% of what you need. That is what Japanese do. And we are not just copying them, but I think you feel much better when you don't overeat, all right? Because less is more when eating, yeah? And also eat a balanced diet, eat well. Make sure you have your carbohydrates, you have your proteins, you have your cabbages or your, roughage and so on. Drink water and, in fact, you can consult your wellness coach and be able to get a plan, a good menu and a plan for how you can eat, but much better, all right? The other one is have good friends. Remember, the people you surround yourself with determine how the quality of your life, all right? Because as the saying goes, if you associate with 5 wealthy people, you'll be the 6th wealthy person, even if you're not wealthy today. If you associate with 5 lazy people, you'll be the next lazy person. These 5 people I'm talking about, it's the people you spend most of your time with. It's the people you share ideas with. It's the people you can call upon when you have an idea to share. Be very selective who these people are. In fact, you're better off with nobody if there is no one currently. You're better off with no one until you reach such a time that you can start picking 1, 2. By the time they reach 5, it will take time because, yes, it's not that easy to get quality friends. It's not that easy. But what IKIGAI is telling us is the best medicine that you can have, surrounding yourself with good quality people. Have a good chat with those people. Share stories, brighten your day. And in fact, with this particular point, assess the 5 people that you have in your life. Do they brighten your day or do they make your day dull? Are they people who criticize you? Are they people who energize you? And then you can perhaps even start eliminating one by one. You may find that you'll be left with one or two, right? Because it's important you have people that actually help you build the future that you're looking for. All right? Then have fun, take vacations together, share your dreams, drink tea, sing together. You know, so this top quality or top 3 or top 5, whatever number you have or you want to have, make sure that there are people who actually are helping you add some quality of life into your own life. All right? So be careful the people you surround yourself with. Get in shape. Plan to get in shape for your next anniversary or your birthday. Daily health routines, exercises, meditation, right? So always ensure that you're not only taking care of your body, also your mind and your soul. Whatever you feed your mind with, your soul with, your body shape and your weight and everything, it all comes from the things you read, the things you watch, the food you eat, and all that stuff, right? So perhaps you need to go back and think about your own holistic wellness. How do you want it to look like? All right? How is your health? Are you feeding your body with the right foods? Are you taking care of that, perhaps something that has been nagging you? Yeah, maybe there's something that you need to sort out with the doctor. Yeah, are you taking the precautions the doctor has advised you? Yeah, and so on and so forth. So just make sure that you're in the right health by just taking care of yourself and being aware of what is this that you need to take care of, right? The other one is smile, because Japanese proverb says a man without a smile or a smiling face must not open a shop. Because if you open a shop and your customers are just walking in and you're just dull and rude, yeah, think about those companies that perhaps have wanted some services or some products, and you met some lady or some guy there at the reception or even on phone and they were so rude and uncourteous. Would you even go back? Exactly. That is what I'm talking about. Even in your own personal life, you want to attract friends, good, valuable friends, have a cheerful face, be happy, right? A cheerful attitude is relaxing, that helps you make those quality friends, because nobody wants someone who's nagging or someone who's always complaining, sorry. Yeah, keep your heart young. This is so important. Yeah, the other day I was watching a certain video, some ladies who had covered their heads with some cloth, and also had wrapped some, what do you call it? Yeah, some their clothes with a lasso. That's what we call it in Kenya, a lasso. It's a big cloth you tie on your waist, and they were actually sliding on a slab, and they were really enjoying themselves. These are parents, these are people's mothers, but they were just having this kind of fun, and that actually brings some youthful into yourself. Perhaps they had even gone for a chama. A chama, what we call in Kenya, is actually a gathering where age mates, their parents, they come and do some merry-go-round, they help each other financially, they do table banking. Yes, so that's what we call it in Kenya. So, and we're just having some nice fun. So ensure that the people you have around you are people you can have fun with, not people who are draining you every day. So be very intentional in choosing the people that you surround yourself with. That's my urge for you today, because if you cannot smile, then really you're just stressing your whole self, you're stressing your body. All right. Number 7 is that you reconnect with nature. All right. Reconnect with nature. Human beings are made for the natural world. So return to nature and recharge your batteries. So what that means is that if, let's say, you live in a flat in the middle of the town and there's always concrete everywhere, it's important that sometimes you take an off, take a drive with friends and family, go somewhere, outside where there's some wind, some breeze, some trees. Yeah, in Kenya, we normally go out to the outskirts of Nairobi and we sit somewhere, we eat nyama choma, that is roasted meat. And you just chat, and with that breeze as you watch the antelopes and zebras, because they're so close to Nairobi, you feel rejuvenated and much better when you get back to town, yeah, to your normal life. And from Monday, you start feeling more energetic. So take time and recharge your batteries as often as you can. But you can only do that if you have the right friends around you. So be intentional in choosing the right people. All right. Give thanks. This is very key. If you're always complaining and not even seeing what you're even achieving, you're not even saying, thank you, God, I'm alive, or thank you so much, I was able to pass this exam, or I achieved XYZ, or I was able to sell this and that. I have been trying to sell it for the longest time. Try and give thanks, yeah, to your ancestors, to nature, to friends, to family, to everything that brightens your day. And definitely that grows your happiness quotient, all right? Because if you're used to complaining seriously, there are many problems, and problems will always be there, and you cannot start focusing on them. Shift your focus from those things that are actually messing you with your mind, yeah? And just focus on the positive things. And that definitely, according to the law of the universe, it attracts more positive energy to yourself, all right? So start appreciating things as they happen, as you go along. Number 9 is live in the moment. Stop regretting the past and stop worrying about the future. Today is all you have, and therefore make the most out of it. Make your today memorable. What I'm saying here is that just live for today. Yes, there is planning for tomorrow, and there is also lessons learned from yesterday. But that doesn't mean that we tie ourselves with yesterday or tie ourselves to the future that is not yet, and then forget what is happening today. Think about a friend of yours, perhaps, who perhaps even attends a wedding, and instead of joining other people in celebrating and having some fun, they always look gloomy. They always, even if they're how well dressed, they're looking gloomy. Even if when you look at them and they're so gloomy, even if they're so well dressed, they don't even look that attractive. They're not looking bright. You even feel like going to sit elsewhere. Yeah. The worst part is to sit with that person. You don't know how to excuse yourself. So that is why I'm saying, if you choose your friends correctly, your friends right, then even in that particular function, you will not have a mistake of sitting next to that gloomy person. All right. So please, there is time for everything. Just do what you ought to do for today. Complete it by end of the day, by evening. Thank God. Yeah. What you do early in the morning, what you do late in the evening will either make or break your moods. Yeah. So you are always advised. In fact, that is what Ikigai tells us, that make sure that your moods are right. All right. And that is by the only way you can do that is by making your morning very, very strong in terms of the way you meditate, the way you start. That actually sets up the day. In the evening, when you're going to sleep, make sure that the things you're watching, the things you're thinking about are also very encouraging, and you sleep very well and you have nice dreams. So take care of yourself and your mind at any one time. There's a lot of mental health issues that are going on, and it's because people are feeding their minds with most of the wrong things. By the time you reach, that point, it must have started somewhere, slowly by slowly. So just try and avoid getting into that problem by trying to feed your mind with the right things from morning to the evening. And that is why having a calendar of activities every day would perhaps be the best thing to do, so that it helps you focus. All right. Follow your Ikigai. We have talked about Ikigai since our first lesson. This is our third one. And we said your passion, you're actually not looking for it. I was watching something from, or a video from Miles Monroe, and it was saying that you don't find your passion. But the reason why we say you find it is because most people are not, or not passion, purpose. Because most people, why we say you find your purpose is because most people are not aligned with their purpose. And that's why they're having so much frustration, because they're doing what they were told they're good at, not what they feel or they know they're good at. They're following someone else's path because they're trying to either to copy somebody, or they're trying to be like someone else, or because maybe that's what they were trained when they were young, that they're good at this and that, and that's what they're following. But deep within themselves, that's not what they're good at. Yeah, I remember a certain lady in Kenya who was actually sent to the US, I think by her parents, definitely, after high school, and she had to study medicine. She knew she hated medicine. She was a beautician. She loved beauty. She completed her medical course, came back with her certificate, gave her parents, went back to the US, and studied beauty. And today she's very well known. She has her own brand of makeup, of lipsticks, and other makeup or whatever. And she's actually, her products are very well known in Kenya, right? So if you don't follow your purpose, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there is a passion within you, and that will actually ignite that purpose. All right. So, and that comes through, or is more visible when it comes to your talent, your gifts that will give you meaning, yeah, to your days. If you haven't identified, or you don't know what your talents and gifts are, I don't think anybody doesn't know. Everybody knows what they're good at, and what they like to do. And sometimes that is all you need to follow, and make sure you go out there and work at it. The other thing people do is that they feel like they are not ready to go out there. And that is wrong. You can never be ready. Just have the basic information, go out there and start working on it. And in fact, one thing I like about speaking about what I speak about is because I get so much feedback that helps me improve. And in future, or in the next session, I add some of the lessons learned from the people giving me feedback, people asking questions. And as they ask questions, also, I learned that actually that point, I did not explain it properly. So next time I explain similar points, providing more examples so that they're able to understand. So whatever information you have, however basic it is, just put it together, go out there and start working at it. All right. You can never be 100% perfect. You keep improving and improving. And even people who have even been in their businesses for even 10 years, 20 years, they're still improving on their products and services. So who are you when you're starting? You want to be 100%, right? There's always a version 1 of something. Even when you look at the phones, Apple, there was a version 4, there was a version 5. Yeah, these all the iPhones, for example. Yeah, there's iPhone 8 and so on and so forth, because they keep improving and adding more facilities, gadgets, and functionalities. Yeah, your mission is to discover your ikigai if you do not know what it is yet. All right. Everybody knows what their purpose is. But the reason why I say if you do not know what it is yet, it's because your upbringing somehow has made you push it so back in your mind that you do not even know what you're supposed to be doing. But it is there. It is still within you. All right. And all you need to do is just be able to identify what it is and start building something out of it, because that will give you the best thing on earth. So those are the 10 lessons, right, that you need to practice every day. And if you could start with 3, so which are the top 3 things that you want to start doing that perhaps you've not been doing and you've learned today, you want to do them every day? And what are the 3 things that you want to stop doing? Because you need to stop doing something or change something and replace with something new that you've learned, right? If you have been starting your morning so badly, checking all the bad stories on the phone, and even what politicians are saying, that doesn't set up your day properly. If you want to start setting up your day properly, then you need to definitely start change what it's one of the 3 things that you need to change. All right. So you can write that somewhere. It's your homework. And if you're interested in a vision board workshop, we can talk about it. It's in November. So it's been a wonderful session speaking with you. And if you find this video very, interesting and you don't want to watch more because we have 5 sessions, this is the 3rd one, then you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the bell so that you can be alerted every time I upload. It's only once a week that I upload these videos. All right. It's been wonderful speaking with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. It's bye for now. Watch the other videos, number 1, the first one and the second one, and then you watch this one. There'll be 2 more coming up, and then we will go into another book, which I'll be announcing very soon. So thank you so much, and see you next time. Goodbye.